And we welcome you back to Big Board Sports on this Monday. So much going on in the local sports scene. I mean, we are just as top-heavy locally as you possibly can get in the capital region. And oh, by the way, the UAlbany men's lacrosse team, no, it's not basketball, but it's lacrosse, and they are off to a phenomenal start. Nearly beat Syracuse in that opener, and if they did, they'd be sitting at 4-0. As it is, they're sitting at 2-1. They win again. They roll over Cornell over the weekend on Sunday, 17-6, and the head coach is Scott Marr. He joins us every Monday morning here on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Coach.
Roger, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Good week for us.
Yeah. I mean, even going back to the UMass game,
yep.
I thought the way you made it sound last week, it might be pretty close, and it really wasn't. And then you turn around and you take care of business against Cornell at 17-6. So two rather convincing wins, Scotty.
Yeah, I thought I said in my quote yesterday in our release was I thought we were mentally prepared. I thought physically we're in great shape and we're playing well that way, but mentally, going into a week where we have 3 games in 8 days with Drexel, UMass, and then Cornell, I think it shows a little bit of mental toughness on our side, and the kids did a great job of preparing, and we're ready to play, and we went out and executed, fantastically on both games. UMass again, 17 goals, only giving up 7, and then yesterday 17 again, and only giving up 6. So it's just a good all-around effort by everybody, so I was really pleased.
And then it seems to you mentioned this last week on the segment that you have a lot of different guys that can score. Like it's not one guy that's going to do it all. You can spread it around a little bit. And then yesterday, you get Jacob Patterson, a career high 4 goals for him. And that's the first time I think it was since we've been doing this the last couple of weeks that I've brought his name up.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's had a couple goals. The first I think he had one against Cuse and a couple here against UMass and Drexel maybe. But yesterday was like kind of a breakout day for him. He's a rookie, but put himself in good positions, and Connor got him the ball a couple times, and just did a good job of finishing the ball. So it was again, we need that. We need to get him a little bit more active. Again, Justin Ray had a nice game. Connor had a great game, 8 points again. So he's really, again, starting to really be that quarterback of the team and really be the take charge kind of guy and making our offense run. So, again, we got good scoring from our midfielders. We spread it out. I think we had 8 or 9 or 10 different guys in the scoring column again. So, if we can continue to do that, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, and I guess if you are to single out one player on your team consistently that we do bring up every week, it would be Connor Fields.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, Connor's on another level, I think, than most in the game right now. I think he's averaging almost 7.5 points a game. He's smart, he's quick, he's got his IQ is very high, and he's fearless. He's putting himself in the right spots, to either get a goal or an assist, and he's not afraid to put himself in those positions. So we're certainly pleased with how he's playing, but again, just overall, I mean, defensively we're playing outstanding, and we really didn't give. I mean, Cornell took 2 shots, I think, in the first quarter. That's all they could get off. So defensively, Stone Sims, Eric DeLuey, two of my close defensemen, AJ Cluck, and then JD in the goal. Anytime we are breaking things down, JD's coming up with some big saves. So again, just an all-around great team win, good team effort. Again, our attitude and our effort is just is superb right now.
Hey, Coach, I know in years past there's been stretches for UAlbany where you've struggled at the face-off X, but so far, the start of this season, you guys have had really terrific performances there, and that's where it all starts, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I'm still pinching myself every game when we're going 70% at the face-off X. And we have that many possessions. That means we're not playing defense as much. It means our defense is well rested when they do have to play defense. The opportunity to have the ball that much offensively. I think we start the game at 3-0. I think before Cornell even has their first possession. So, to get those kinds of leads and to get the opportunity to score 2-3 goals in a row. I think we went yesterday. There was probably 2 stretches in the game where we scored 6 goals in a row. To have that ability to have the ball. I mean, TD is a freshman and he's getting better every game, and again, we go to Syracuse and he gets beat up a little bit, but he goes against one of the better ones in the game, in Williams up at Syracuse, and I think that was a great learning experience for him. So, ever since then we've been dominating. But every week that's just a key position because you never know what you're going to run into and you never know the matchup there. But we certainly feel like he's competing very hard for the ball, and our wings are doing a much better job too as well. So it's a whole kind of a unit thing that's working out for us well. But it's nice. It is nice to have the ball.
No doubt about that. Scotty, I mean, I know it's still early. I mean, we're sitting here 3-1, a long way to go here. But somebody in the know in lacrosse reached out to me over the weekend and just said, just so you know, Roger, that this UAlbany team might be in a different category, even for as good as Scott Marr's teams have been over the years. This one might be special. And I said, well, how special? And they said, well, it wouldn't shock me if you get to the Final Four that you have that much talent and depth on a team. Are you buying into that yet or not?
Whoever that is, I certainly appreciate it. But we'll see. I think we do. I think we have a good team. I think we got to continue to grow. Obviously, it's a long season. We have a huge test coming up this weekend with Maryland coming to Albany for the first time ever. So it's this is the best team that we've ever brought to the Albany region, the Capital Region. So hopefully we get a lot of fans out there. But we'll see this weekend. This is a big test when you're playing. Maryland, I still consider Maryland an ACC team and ACC caliber athlete. They're in the Big Ten now, but they're still that ACC team to me. And this is a good, solid Maryland team that has incredible athletes and the top athletes in the game. And they've been to 3 of the last Final Fours, final games. So. We'll be tested this weekend, but I definitely like this team. I like how we're playing. We're very unselfish, and again, I think we're playing really, really solid defense. JD's given us everything he's got in the goal, and that's what wins games. We're making less mistakes. We're playing sharper, and again, we're spreading the scoring out. So we'll see how as it goes on, but we're just going to look at this weekend as our next game and our next opponent, and that's all we're concentrating on.
And you're right, it is a big test. What time is the Maryland game begin?
3:00 game, here at Casey Stadium, and hopefully, like I said, we get the Capital Region lacrosse fans out here and cheer us on, and this should be a great lacrosse game. I mean, Maryland again is very good, but I think we are too, and I think again it'll be a Syracuse-like game, where the pace is fun and exciting, and we certainly have an opportunity to win this one.
Coach, appreciate it. A few minutes. We'll talk to you this time next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you, Scott. Scott Marr with us every Monday morning here on Big Board Sports, and if you like lacrosse, you're going to get Maryland #1 against UAlbany. I don't know what they're going to be. They're 9 right now. They're probably going to move up. They're going to be top. They're a top 10 team against the #1 team in the country. 3:00 at UAlbany. That is a must see if you are a fan of the sport of lacrosse.